Dead Blue. Goddamn. Dead Blue. So this is going to be the WWAM podcast, bringing you some fucking sexiness. It's our first podcast. We've done a few podcasts back in the past, but they just never really took off. So we're going to take another stab at it.
It's not so much that they didn't take off. It's just that we didn't do anything with them.
Yeah, we got lazy as fuck. Yeah, we just decided not to do it anymore. So, sorry, guys.
First up, we have no idea how to podcast and what to do. So
how you guys doing? You guys having a good life? You guys having a good thing going on? Are you getting laid? That's the important question. You got to always ask your friends. If you hadn't seen them in a while, like, are you getting laid? And if they say no, like, what are you doing wrong? What are you doing different?
But I feel like most people aren't.
Why aren't you getting in that?
You've been waiting to get up in that.
I know. I really have. The mic is like right in my face, and I just want to get. Like a big black dick.
We have one we have one microphone, you guys, and it's between us. So we're sitting here like circle jerking around this thing. So if it sounds bad, if the podcast sucks, let us know what we could work on, and we'll try to go from there. I don't know where this is going to be. I don't know what we're going to do. And the first thing I want to ask you guys is, if there's someone out there who's done a podcast and you've put it on iTunes, that's the one thing we've always failed at. We've never been able to actually get it on iTunes. And what's weird, dude, is I'm looking at these squiggly lines here.
What the squiggly lines mean? We're lying.
On Audacity, and they felt way bigger before. Now they're small. That scares me.
Yeah, it does scare us a little bit because we don't know if the audio is picking it up, and we're loud anyway, but we don't want to. Mike and I can actually hear each other because we're wearing headphones. So I don't want to like.
But when we did the test thing, weren't they big?
Scream.
Weren't they big?
No, because we were closer. See, the closer we get to the mic, the bigger the squiggly.
What's the point of the test shot if we're not going to do the test the same way we do the goddamn podcast?
Hey, watch this. Hello. See how big it got?
No, I'm not looking at your dick.
Yeah, you love it,
and it never has.
You love that.
So,
you love that.
All right, so we're just going to trusty Rusty.
He loves the dick.
He loves the 37 in a row. So what's the first thing we want to talk about?
So we're going to talk about some movies in May that's coming out in May.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, it's been.
Yeah.
Hey, your mother and I talked about you going on the short bus, and now that we've decided that you're definitely going there. So movies in May. It's actually been quite a dry spell recently with good movies coming out. I mean, I know that people have been going out and seeing certain movies like Furious 8, Whoop-de-fuckity-doo, Vin Diesel's back. Whoa!
We're not big fans of the Furious.
I know why people are, and I get it. I liked Fast and Furious 1 when it came out, but I mean, Fast and Furious was a fly-by-night movie that I think that should have ended with Fast and Furious, but we're not getting into all that shit.
It's one of those weird things, dude. It's like Fast and Furious does what so many other movies do, but for some reason, all the critics and everybody decided to love them for what they do and hate everybody else for it. Like one day a Fast movie came out and everybody expected it to be shite, and everybody got together in this secret fucking seance circle, and they were like, you know what? You know what we're going to do?
What are we going to do?
We're going to decide together that we love it, and we're going to surprise people. So all the critics were like, it was actually good.
That was weird because I never got my invite.
No, we don't get invited too much. We're like the dark stepchild.
We are. You know what? And we might go a little off topic a little bit sometimes because that's what we do, but you're right. The way that YouTube is going now, Mike and I don't get invited to much of anything. I mean, we are fucking...
Not that we ever did.
Well, yeah, but we're pariahs of YouTube. We're like Green Day. We'll just pick up an instrument and fucking play it. It doesn't matter what your rules are. We don't care about your rules. But yeah, the Fast and the Furious. Too Fast, Too Furious sucked a big old Too Fast dick.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all. And Tokyo Drift, I did like. And there were a few movies in between as we got to like number 800 that I thought were pretty cool. There were some cool scenes in it. But at the same time, I never thought that Fast and the Furious would grow as the franchise that it's become. Because when you watched Fast and the Furious, the first one, back in the day, did you really think that it was going to spawn like 800 movies?
Not necessarily, but I did think it was a big deal. Everybody freaked out about it when it came out. It was the first DVD I ever bought, actually. I went to Suncoast Video.
I remember,
with this fucking asshole kid that I didn't even like. He was that kid that hung around with your friends, but you never really got along with them. Anyway, we went to his house afterwards and watched it, and then it never would work on my DVD player. So the first DVD I ever bought, I bought that, Gladiator, and Rockstar.
That's weird, man, because that's weird because the first DVD I ever bought was I got the DVD player, and then my dad bought me the DVD player, and he bought me Rockstar. It was the first one that I ever
Seriously?
got. Rockstar.
Remember the flip case?
I
loved
loved
it. The side pocket
It was
envelope
great.
case?
It was great. The Rockstar movie is underrated as fuck. Yes, it is. Mark Wahlberg's greatest performance.
I don't know. Maybe
it could be.
It's underrated as shit.
Yes, and but the Fast and Furious, like I remember when it came out in high school, everybody was like talking about NOS. Gonna get NOS, bro. I'm gonna get NOS. And I mean, honestly, I got caught up with it myself because I wanted to get a green Eclipse with like underglow. But anyway, we've moved off topic. Yeah. So movies in May.
This is the beginning of May. It's May 2nd. So let's go through this list. And I don't know if you guys can hear me. Flippity flop. Listen to my hooves. I don't know if you can hear me click clacking. But
I can hear everything.
Let's look at it together, okay?
Okay.
April, first off, let's talk about April for a second. We already started with Fast and the Furious. But other than Fast and the Furious, April sucked Johnny Carson's dick. I don't know why I picked Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson's dead, you piece of shit.
But it sucked terribly for movies. Like, there was Fast and Furious, and that was like it. Yeah. And then it was like... The only other movie I even sort of wanted to see was The Circle, and that turned out, apparently, it was garbage.
Yeah, it wasn't your fault. Like, everybody was like, "It's Tom Hanks."
Yeah,
it would have been. It should have been awesome.
We didn't even go to the theater in April. It was
so
weird. Yeah, dude, I haven't been there forever, but we're going this week for Guardians. I'm fucking pumped. So the first movie week we got here is May 5th, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Wide edition.
Wide.
Well, here's the thing about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. By the way, Mike and I spoke about this a little bit.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
I wasn't listening.
I know you weren't. That's fine. You usually don't listen to anything except for your fucking own dick.
No, we're best friends with ADD and
ADHD and ADD. But anyway, the thing about it is that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, a lot of stuff has been coming out about this, that it's the same old repertoire that Marvel has done. It's not any different, and the critics are kind of, I'm not saying that they're bashing it, but they seem like they're kind of going on a tangent saying that it kind of sucks.
It's weird, dude. You look at it and that the score's positive, and we're actually going to go that later in the show, by the way. Stay tuned. Later in the show, we're actually going to go through some of the critic reviews for Guardians.
You know, nobody just stay tuned.
I'm clicking off. But we're going to go through that later, getting into like the critic reviews. But it's strange, dude, because it's like a 90% fresh or whatever fresh rating it is. But if you actually read the reviews, everybody's kind of like, it's all right.
I don't know what they like. The thing about what I don't understand, what these critics and other YouTubers actually that have gone and seen this movie, other critics and movie reviewers from YouTube community have gone and seen this. I don't know why you thought it was going to be any more spectacular than what the first one was. I mean, they're going on the same formula that made the first one so successful, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think the first one was great and amazing, and it was a surprise. Yeah, it was
Sean Connery's birthday.
Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Stanley Goodspeed.
Welcome to the Rock. But yes, you're right. That happened, and everybody.
Should have known it was you, Walmart. God damn you.
Sniper's gonna get his ass. But look, Guardians of the Galaxy was a surprise hit from left field.
It was the feel of a suit. Sorry, I'm done. It's over now.
It's a grunge thing. But
it's a grunge thing.
But it was a hit out of left field. I don't think anybody expected it to be as big as it was. When the trailers first came out for Guardians of the Galaxy 1, people started kind of, the music choices and what they were doing. They're like, oh, this is way different than what Marvel's ever done before. And then when the movie came out, it was a huge hit. I was like, oh my God, this is so great. I mean, we had gone through the Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Avengers thing, and now we've got Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's such a different kind of hit. So I don't know why people are bitching about the fact that they used the same formula that made it successful in the first one. I mean, it's James Gunn. Thank God it's the same director. James Gunn is because imagine this: if James Gunn had walked and it was another director, then you've got his vision. I mean, we're not there yet, and we may not talk about it in this podcast, but I'm kind of worried a little bit about Deadpool 2 just because the dude's gone that made the first one. And,
I'm okay.
And I mean, I know that Ryan Reynolds is still a controlling factor in it, which I'm excited about. I'm glad that he has a lot of say now. But at the same time, they had a lot of people walk off that project. Well, and I always wondered what's his name that left. That was originally who was the guy that was originally going to be on Ant-Man?
I don't know.
Shaun of the Dead.
Edgar Wright.
Yeah. I wonder what Edgar Wright's vision would have been for Ant-Man. And Ant-Man was good. I liked Ant-Man. But I still kind of wonder, would Ant-Man have been more of the Deadpool-esque kind of character before Deadpool if they had let Edgar Wright on?
I maintained forever when they were talking about that. I thought Edgar Wright was going to end up directing Deadpool 2, but he didn't. And the guy that directed it, I can't think of his name right now. I want to say Tim Miller. I think it is Tim Miller, left because they were haggling with
Miller
Ryan Reynolds over who was going to play Cable, and Cable ended up being Josh Brolin.
Which I'm fine with.
It's good. It's like that pick, though. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. But it's not like, oh my God, Ben Affleck is Batman.
Yeah, it's not like, it's kind of like if you'd picked Adrian Peterson on your fantasy football team. Like, yeah, I guess you would. Sense. I guess you'd go with that. But then at the same time, somebody was like, well, I was going to go Kaepernick because he seems like he's going to be good this year. I hate Kaepernick. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, yeah. But Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a good movie, and I really don't get the hate and the.
I don't think it's hate, man.
Or the worry about it. Like everybody's worried about it.
I'm not. I think you and I are worried about it because I went in, and I thought that initially when Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was coming out, I was like, that's great. I want to see it. It's going to be fucking rad. But there's no way in hell they recapture that feeling when Star-Lord comes out and he's singing to Redbone and singing to that fucking. Thing he grabs or whatever, dude. That opening scene was so special and it's such a surprise, awesome. Like, that set the tone for the whole movie. There's no way to recreate that really. A sequel is good. The best you could hope for this sequel that it was good. It was a good movie and it was a good follow-up. It was never going to beat the fucking original. This is one of those movies. The sequel's not going to be better than the original. And if you expected that, you're just wrong.
Well, the thing is with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is that we know what to expect when you go in to see the movie. I mean, you already know the universe that's been established. And, I mean, Kurt fucking Russell's going to be in it. I mean, how can you go wrong with that?
Stallone.
Yeah. So.
Over the top.
Meet me halfway. But
the world meets nobody halfway.
But, yeah, you know, it just seems like it's so weird that people are so, again, like, oh, where was something different? Where was something new? It's just, it's stupid. Well, and I can't wait to see it. And I think that the critics that are like, they're not, okay, you said they're not bashing it, but they're just being like real weird about it.
Everyone's like, it's like bad sex. Like, it was sex.
I think that must have a good time watching. You're right. It's like bad sex. But you're like, I had a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, I put my dick in, I got hard, and I went.
You kind of take it to that next level, man. Why you gotta be gross?
I don't know. I gotta go to the
I
extra
don't want to hear
level.
about your dick going in anything, ever. Anyways.
Except your mouth.
So, next week. Okay, so that's May 5th. What? Fuck, I gotta go back the fuck up now.
No, it was May 5th. It was May 5th.
God, this is the kind of shit that pisses me the fuck off.
You're being really loud on that.
I get really upset. That May 5th. Okay, May 5th.
Okay.
Is that one. So, and is there any VOD or anything about it? Let me look here. Not really anything.
Nobody wants to hear you go.
I don't. Oh, God. I don't see anything stick out.
Ooh, yeah.
But May 12th, the next week. Let's go to that one. May
Okay.
12th. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword.
So he pulled a sword from the stone and became king.
How many fucking times are we going to try to make... Stop trying to make fetch happen. How many times are we going to try to make a King Arthur movie work, right?
Well, I mean, it does... I mean, honestly, I kind of want to say... It doesn't look like a good movie.
No.
But it looks like a fun movie.
It looks like a straight-to-fucking DVD version of 300.
I think that you could still go see it and have a good time watching it. I don't think it's going to be anything spectacular or amazing, but I think that the fight scenes in it would be cool, and I think that just being able to see that kind of shit live. I mean, I've always been a King Arthur fan, so I mean, I like Arthur.
I'm more of a Bulls fan myself.
Yeah, I like Lakers sometimes. But you know, look, King Arthur, the story itself is great, and I think that I don't know, I never watched Sons of Anarchy. I think that's the main guy.
That's the thing, dude. Charlie Hunnam does not.
Is Charlie Hunnam?
Yeah, just
he looks like a. Okay, first off, all you girls, if there's two that's listening, he's not that hot, okay? Come on, be honest. I mean, he looks like a dude that smells like pee.
No, to girls, he is super hot.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I never watched the show.
He's like, hey, I care more about my motorcycle than your bitch ass, so I'm going to smack you when I'm done fucking
you. To be
you.
fair, neither of us are Sons of Anarchy watchers, so I've never even seen it, but I'm just not a motorcycle guy. They scare me. But I don't know. Charlie Hunnam has never fucking excited me. I've seen him in a couple roles. He wasn't bad. I don't hate him, but he's one of those Tom Hardys, and what I mean by he's one of those Tom Hardys is like it seems like every time the badass character role comes up for something, someone's like Charlie Hunnam, I want Charlie Hunnam or Tom Hardy.
They become old.
Fucking Bond, Batman, Wolverine, you fucking name it. And I'm sure Tom Hardy would be great in some of those roles, but I'm so sick of hearing
Charlie. He looks.
Tom Hardy should be that.
He does look like a badass, but the thing is that the King Arthur legend that they're trying to tell through him. I mean, it does. I get what you're saying. It does feel like an MTV kind of movie. You know, if it was produced by MTV with like a rock kind of soundtrack.
The trailers are so fucking.
I mean, but I kind of want to see it.
But
I'm kind of weird. Glory hole.
I wonder if you were going to catch that.
I heard what you said.
CGI glory hole. That's what
I'm just going to stick my dick in and see what happens.
Oh, no,
but you know, that's exactly my point. That's exactly what I feel about this movie. I want to stick my dick in and see what happens.
God damn.
Maybe you get pregnant, maybe you don't.
Stop sticking your dick in things. It's going to end poorly.
Well, when you're horny, you're horny.
I've been there, my brother, but I was 22. I'm much older now, but so are you.
Well, the thing is, I just want to see what it's like. But, you know, at the same time, going and seeing it in theater, I guess it's kind of a drawback because you kind of know if it's a straight to VOD kind of feel to it, you don't want to go. You don't really want to, you know. You don't really. I know what you're saying, but at the same time, it's kind of like when somebody tells you, it's like, you're straight, and that's a gay club. It's like, well, I just want to stick my dick in and see what happens.
So that's not how that works. That's not how any of this works, Grandma.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay. So what's the next movie?
Oh, so King Arthur looks like shit to me. What do you think?
I mean, I kind of want to see it.
Okay. Are we gonna? Probably not.
Probably not. We're not gonna see it.
It's more of a DVD or at least.
Yeah, I don't really see it like going as a
I'll wait and see, dude.
Look, movie tickets are expensive.
I'll go with this, man. And I never say this because we are totally. When it comes to Rotten Tomatoes and critics and stuff, I can't stand it when a DC movie or something comes out, and just because Rotten Tomatoes doesn't like it, nobody goes to see it.
That's a different.
And then we all jump on the train.
That's a different.
But when it comes to a movie like this, I actually will sit and wait and be like, does anyone think it's good? If someone I like thinks it's good, then I might take a chance on it. Otherwise, I don't.
Well, you know what you remind me of is a fucking follower.
No, man, I don't do. I only do that with movies I don't care about. Like if it's a fucking DC movie, and it's a character or something I care about, I will go see it no matter what.
I think that the weird.
But if it's King Arthur, who I don't fuck,
you didn't fuck King Arthur.
There's 17 goddamn King Arthur movies, and I don't care about Charlie Hunnam. So if someone I trust about movies tells me that they like it, then I might go see it. But this is the only kind of movie I actually listen to other people's opinion on.
Well, I will say one thing about us is that maybe we do give a little bit more attention to DC because they're like the redheaded stepchild that everybody mistreats.
They need some love.
And they need love, man. They need like some fucking love and not be pushed into a bookcase, you daddy-o-fi piece of shit. and like need some love. And need some attention because everybody seems like they attack DC. Whatever DC does, if they fucking fart wrong, they've done everything wrong.
Yeah.
So whatever. So King Arthur, probably not gonna go see it, but it looks decent to me.
Moving on to this next piece of shit.
Oh, that's such a clever name.
You are a piece of shit. Snatched.
What the fuck is that? Is that like Snatched? That sounds like a straight porn.
You should know. This says a lot. We've seen this trailer 17 fucking times. Even though we haven't been in the movies this month, every time we went to movies before, it's that fucking Amy Schumer and
oh god,
Goldie Hawn.
Oh my god,
you know what I'm talking about?
Oh my god,
this Mother's Day.
That's
bitches get cray cray.
That was Dead on Arrival.
I bet it does well in the theater. I bet it gets a good fucking box office, dude. And this is the thing, like going back.
Do you think that Amy Schumer is funny?
That's a loaded gun.
No, I mean, answer the question.
Let me answer it, God damn it! But you're black.
You don't deserve an answer because you're black.
Let me go back. That was Lethal Weapon 2, by the way.
I know.
When Danny Glover and Joe Pesci they go up, they try to create a diversion, and they go to the travel agent, and they're like, he wants to go to wherever it was. He was like, but you're black. So Mel Gibson can sneak in and do some cool shit and have sex with that.
You justifying yourself means nothing to me right now.
So that's the joke. But Snatched. Dude, Amy Schumer, I like Amy Schumer because I'll say this. Amy Schumer, when you go back in the day, she was Mark Hoppus' co-host on his music show on Fuse, and she was funny. I remember watching that show when she was fucking nobody and thinking, I like her. She seems like a cool chick. But someone got a hold of her, and something about fame and the 2017 PC crazy like world got a hold of her, and then that train wreck movie came out, and she just seems like she's going out there screaming like, I like dick, there's nothing wrong with it. And I'm like, that's cool that you like dick and there's nothing wrong with it. Like fame, it seems like did something to her, and like when I watched her, I watched like 5 minutes of her stand up, and I was like, this is not fucking funny.
Well, here's my opinion on it. I
used to like her though.
Amy Schumer, maybe back in the day she was funnier, but she's not funny. She's not funny now.
Not now. She's not.
She's a terrible actress. and she's a terrible comedic actress. And like the
You can't say she's a terrible actress if you've never seen her
no,
movies.
I've seen her movies.
What?
I don't remember what they were.
Yeah.
No, because I can't remember a specific name that she wasn't in.
Why would you watch any of her movies? They all look like shit.
She might have been a co-star in it, like or something. But she was in like Amy Schumer is not funny.
I don't know why.
I don't think it
I
will.
like Goldie Hawn, but
Goldie Hawn's great.
She doesn't even seem to have a part in this.
I don't. She looks like she doesn't even want to be there.
Who does? So that's that movie. Like next week, I don't think I'm going to see either of those. And then we go on. We got May 19th, and May 19th shit gets special.
Alien Covenant.
Alien Covenant, man, is finally fucking here, and that shit is going to be. I can't wait to see the.
Well, Mike and I have been doing the lead up to this. We've been doing, Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Prometheus to get to Alien Covenant. Just kind of get ourselves prepared. Our bodies ready, and I'm excited. Like I'm gonna guys. I mean, I know that the three of you that are listening, is it not weird? Like Prometheus is so fucking confusing, and so I just watched it, and like. It's hard to understand sometimes. Like I'm wondering what they're gonna do with Covenant. I mean, I'm excited for it because I want some fucking answers. But at the same time, I'm thinking like Jesus Christ is like, where's Waldo?
No, I do.
I'm not saying I'm sure that you smart fat nerds out there will understand everything about.
Hey man, why they gotta be fat for, Jay?
Or they could be skinny nerds that never seen a vagina.
Why do they have never seen a vagina, Jay?
On the internet, not in real life. But the thing is,
you disgust me.
But the thing about those guys like that
So
understand that deep shit. Like that's fine. But I mean,
Jay O'Reilly.
I'm not Jay O'Reilly. You're trying to pay me out.
I knew that.
You know what? I know exactly what you're doing. You're trying to be okay. So you're my Combs. You're my little. You gotta wear glasses. Hannity and Combs. You gotta wear glasses and be like all squeaky and nerdy like Egon.
Those guys are also on Fox News.
Hannity is.
Do you watch anything other than Fox News?
No.
You fucking douchebag.
No, I do. But you know what? The fact is, Hannity and Combs, that was what that guy. They had that little nerdy guy with the glasses on, and Hannity was like the mean Republican. Oh my God, the Republicans coming. Hannity was like, and Combs was like, oh my God, don't talk. This is serious. Anyway, what's that sound? Is there an airplane coming in?
Change the channel every once in a while. No, dude, Prometheus confused the shit out of me too. What happened when we originally reviewed that on YouTube is that we both drank too much, and we used to go to movie tavern to see these movies, and we drank too much, and fucking, let me tell you something. If you're gonna watch Prometheus, don't do it when you're drinking, because you will totally miss the fucking point. So that's why we're re-reviewing.
But even when I wasn't drinking, when I watched it the other night,
it's hard when you're sober.
What the fuck?
It's hard when you're sober.
But it was still a good movie. I mean, Prometheus is a good movie, and we'll have that review up on YouTube at some point. But Alien Covenant is. I'm excited because I love Alien, and I mean I'm glad that Ridley Scott's finally calling it Alien. And he's
right. Well, that was because Neil Blomkamp, because he came out this week and he dissed his shit.
Yeah.
Hard, but we knew it. I mean, you knew that Alien Covenant only exists because he heard that Neil Blomkamp was making a fucking Alien movie, and he was like, "No says here we go. I'm gonna put
that." Kind of makes me where Ridley Scott's so salty, with his dirty dick, because he's like, "Oh, well, I was against the idea that Prometheus is an alien." Prologue, which it is, but I'm never going to say and admit it. But then as soon as somebody else says, well, I'll just take your idea and make something awesome with it. He's like, no, it's Alien.
Yeah, and that movie is one of our top most anticipated movies of the entire fucking year. And what do you think, man? I mean, like right now, do you think that movie is going to get great reviews, or do you think it's going to get shit reviews? Like, what do you think is going to happen?
I think it's going to be lukewarm reviews.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, the trailer looks great. I mean, the idea behind it looks awesome. But I mean, these are critics, man. The Rotten Tomatoes guys. I think they're going to give it a lukewarm score. I don't think they're going to be.
What do you think you're going to get?
I think I'm going to go pretty high on it. I think I'm going to give it about an 8.0. Honestly, I mean, it's on a 1 to 10 scale, so about an 8.0. But
I'm hopeful.
I'm excited.
Dude, what I'm hopeful about when it comes to this movie is that it looks horrific as fuck. Is that back on?
Yeah. No, it's not. No, you're good.
I think it looks horrific as fuck. I think it's gone more. It's veering more towards horror and a little bit away from the sci-fi.
Which is good because that's where it should go back to. Because Prometheus was not very scary, but it was more of a coming of age of the alien story, and now we're going back to what Alien was.
So. Also that week you have Everything, which I saw a trailer for it today.
I don't know what that is.
You won't want to see it, trust me.
Good.
And then there's Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which...
I saw Diary of the Wimpy Kid, the first one.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What made you want to watch that?
I don't know, because I was bored.
Yeah. Well, the week after, though, it's
Baywatch.
weird, because on May 25th, you've got Baywatch.
Which I'm kind of excited to see it.
I am, too.
Because, Zac Efron got a lot of shit back in the day for not being...
Seems like a cool
a pretty boy. He's just a pretty boy guy, but now he's actually got comedic value to him.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like the Channing Tatum story. Channing Tatum was the same way, and he was like the pretty boy, like the People magazine, most beautiful guy, and like everybody's like, oh, you're just a pass by night. But he took on roles that was not in conjunction with what everybody was trying to make him to be, and I like that. It looks funny to me.
I think it's going to be one of those weird fucking movies that, as long as it's not dull, man, as long as, they can't be safe with that. You can't just make a sort of entertaining movie and then it'll be whatever, but The Rock, Zac Efron, if they make that batshit funny, it could be great. If not, it'll just be some weird remake that happened. But the very next day, that comes out on May 25th. I don't know if there's a holiday in there or what, but on May 26th is Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Hey, guess what? Dead Men don't give a fuck, because I am so done with this Johnny Depp train. You know what?
You're off the Pirates?
Yeah, dude, I've been off of it since, Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
I never got that into it, but they're okay movies.
I mean, they're good movies, but at the same time, I just don't. I think that if you have a family and you want to go see a movie together, it's probably the best bet for you to go see. At the same time, if you want to go see something that's cool or something, or out there and edgy, it's not going to be Pirates of the Caribbean. Look, I appreciate that Johnny Depp is coming back and doing these numerous roles as Jack Sparrow. But I wonder if he's actually just because he thinks he's Jack Sparrow off camera. He just does it because he's like...
Have you ever seen the TMZ Amber Heard videos?
Yeah. He gets high on coke and he drinks a lot. And he's like, oh, I'm ready to do Jack Sparrow.
This said something like his wine budget's $30,000 a month or some batshit stuff like that. He drinks a lot of fucking wine. No, I'm the same. I've never been one who's like, oh my god,
you ejaculated. You ejaculated.
I've never been that excited about it. I'll watch them, and you watch them, and you're like, oh, this is pretty entertaining. It's the definition of surface value popcorn movie bullshit. It's sort of fun or whatever, but I've never been really excited for it. I'm sure I'll probably go see it. Probably even do a review for it, but
I think that Pirates of the Caribbean,
I don't think it's ever
Dead Men Tell No Tales will be okay. I don't think it's going to be bad.
There's just not a lot of critical value in it. It's is it going to be great or is it going to suck? It's going to be right in the middle.
Well, it's another ride that Universal Studios opened up. I mean, there's nothing different. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing new here. You know exactly what you're expecting. I mean, even though, again, I give huge props to Johnny Depp because he doesn't care to show up dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow and do charity events and things like that. Yeah. And he knows he's known for that and he loves it.
It's a cool role.
So that's cool for him, yeah. I mean, and he's making millions of dollars off of it, so yeah.
Yeah. So that's May for you right there. May it looks a fuckload better than April did. I'll tell you that.
I can't wait till June.
Mostly excited for it though, dude. I'm mostly. You got Guardians and Alien Covenant. Those are the two.
Those are two, right? and 2 movies in 1 month.
Yeah, 2 fucking heavy ass movies in 1 month too. That's gonna be awesome. So. Let's move on now. Let's talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy. We've done these videos before, and before when we've done them for Batman vs. Superman and for basically it was surprising. Batman vs. Superman was such a big deal, and then when they screened it for critics, it came out with a 30% rotten or whatever, and it got even worse from there. And we did these videos where we did Rotten Tomatoes reactions. We caught some heat for it because we were arguing with people about a movie we hadn't seen yet.
Well,
but
they
in the end.
They just don't understand art.
But in the end, though, once we saw Batman vs. Superman, you and I loved it. I mean, it had problems. It was a great fucking movie. I thought it was a ballsy movie.
I think a lot of people thought that we intentionally liked it because that we bashed so many critics that were already bashing it before. I mean, it wasn't true. I actually genuinely liked Batman vs. Superman. I think it was a very underrated movie that most people didn't give a chance to. Because the fact that the main characters are a lot darker and the story's a lot darker and it's not Marvel. Yeah. Exactly. So it was different, it was new, and it was a different take on the superhero genre.
And that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't want more fucking Marvel. And the same thing with Suicide Squad. But we did these videos where we basically Rotten Tomatoes reactions. Grab me one too, will you? Thanks, sweetie.
You're welcome.
You might have to open mine with a cap top.
I'm not going to open shit.
Because I drink real beer.
Don't drink real beer.
I don't drink that fucking
piss water.
Minute Mark piss water you drink.
Okay, so Ballast Point is a real beer?
That's a fucking porter, man. That's a porter beer.
Yeah, you
That's
hate
some real shit. I didn't like
Where's
it.
your...
Give me not that one. I don't want that one. Give me the...
now you don't want that one.
Yeah, I don't want that one. What else is in there?
Nothing.
Show me the goodness.
Well, you have a can.
Fucking... Yeah, give me that can.
Here, hit right on.
Thanks.
Right on.
Now we'll be reviewing Golden Road Right On IPA. No, but yeah, we did these Rotten Tomatoes reviews where we talked about Rotten Tomatoes reactions, where we talked about the critic reviews for movies we hadn't seen, and that's what we're going to do right now for Guardians of the Galaxy. So let's go through and look at this. And again, we haven't seen Guardians yet, so I just want to see how I feel about the movie after reading what other people feel about the movie. So our first review is a fresh review.
Okay.
And it says, it's from Carly Darling from Fort Worth Star-Telegram.
Oh, good for him.
I think that made Carrie Darling.
Oh, it's a girl.
No, it's a guy now. It was a girl first. No, never mind.
In
the end credits, you get to hear Flashlight. By that, the original group of interstellar misfits parliament. What the? I'm moving on to the next. I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't want to know what's in the goddamn end credits. Mick LaSalle from the San Francisco Chronicle, top critic, says Guardians 2 throws a lot into the pot, but it keeps all the elements clear and finds ways to have fun at every turn. So
I can see that
sounds great, man. And he gave it a 3 out of 4. It's a fresh rating. The next review we got is Bill Goodykunz. Sorry. Billy Goodykunz.
Goodykunz.
Come get some Goodykunz. Got some bag of Goodykunz.
See what my Goodykunz girl?
It's a fresh rating. It says, if the first one didn't exist, this one would seem revolutionary. That makes a lot of fucking sense to me. But the first one does, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, for all its charms, will live in its shadow.
Well, that's fair. I mean, I don't think, and that was a fresh rating, so, I mean, I don't think anybody, like we said, we mentioned that early on the podcast, I don't think anybody is actually going to go see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 that has a fucking half a brain that's thinking that it's going to be something new and different, exciting, and revolutionary as the first one.
Right.
Just like when we go see Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
We already know what we're going to expect from Deadpool 1. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be the same. I mean, I'm not saying that Deadpool 2 is not going to be badass, because it will. You're introducing Cable. But nonetheless,
it will be judged.
He at least understands. Okay, I'm going to read a
Don't get so close. You got loud in my headphones.
All right. So
we're learning, Steven.
We're
just learning. It's our first time.
Are you done, Steven? Okay, so here's a rotten one.
Song.
It's a rare misstep for the usually sure-footed folks behind the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay, that's not giving us much information.
No, it's not.
But let's go to another rotten.
That was by Soren Anderson.
Yeah, well, his name is Soren, so you know that critic. Whatever.
That's it. That's ballsy though.
Okay, so
I gotta give that guy credit, even if I'm gonna disagree with him tomorrow. He went out there and he said, "Fuck you, Marvel. I don't even like this shit anymore.
Fuck you, Dad, and fuck you, Mom. I hate you."
This is my mic stand, and I'm taking it.
So here's another rotten one though.
Give it to us.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 probably couldn't and definitely doesn't recapture the sweet and singular silliness of the original, though the new edition from the Marvel Studios and Disney has its rewards.
Okay.
So why does he sound like Jafar?
You gotta reread it.
Your eternal reward.
No, you gotta reread it in the way it sounds like.
Okay, so
ready?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
No. I didn't mean I gotta reread it in his voice.
What?
What do you think it sounds like coming out of his mouth?
It sounds to me like he's being a little presumptuous prick.
Like, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, like he's asking, he wants 2 cups of sugar or 2 things of sugar in his tea.
Wine all over the today.
Like, the thing is about that kind of bullshit, like, look, nobody's expecting it to be revolutionary. Like, nobody really, I mean, honestly, again, if you have half a brain, you're not thinking it's going to be something cool and different and way off of what the first one was. This guy seems like a presumptuous prick that was like, hey, guess what? I go into this movie thinking it's going to be some phenomenal, great thing that Marvel's marketed.
You're missing the mark, though, man, because he's basically saying Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 probably couldn't have, and definitely doesn't, recapture the sweet and singular silliness from the original. So he was saying, I'm going in not expecting it to.
But he gave a rotten score.
He did give it a rotten score.
So
maybe he didn't like
that tells a lot. I mean, you could say that and still get a positive score. Now, I'm not saying that I at this point I'm defending it because I think that there's so many people that will be against a sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or Guardians of the Galaxy because they're going to think it's going to be something and it's not.
Let's go with another fresh one here. The Guardians of the Galaxy movies are allowed to simply be movies rather than bridges to other future Marvel franchises. It frees them up to be fun. That's an interesting take. I like that. Because you go with this typical Marvel formula where it's like, oh, we've got now Nick Fury's going to show up and recruit another guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool as fuck. And they were the fucking pioneers, right? But now it's like, let's do something new.
But even Lewis and Clark got malaria.
What?
I don't know if it's
the Oregon jail.
Everybody fucking died. No, look, I get what they're saying, but look, it's just heaping a lot on that one movie. You know, will we be this? Are we going to be this negative against Deadpool 2?
It's a fresh score.
No, I know there's a lot of fresh scores, but the negative scores that are coming out, like all these expectations. Honestly, though, okay, no, you know what? Maybe I'm going a little bit too far, but because the ones that have the disagreements with it, they're substantial. I mean, I understand what they're talking about. They're at least they have some idea of what they're talking about. But at the same time, I just think that I don't know anybody that really thought Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was going to be better than the first one.
Here's one that's interesting. It's a fresh score. Seeing the massive Drax coddle and protect Baby Groot is typical of their love for one another. Oh my God, what's my computer doing?
What did you just do?
What the fuck?
Oh
Paranormal Activity.
Well, we've lost it.
$17. Seeing the massive Drax coddle and protect Baby Groot is typical of their love for one another, and that translates into a family we can all admire. That's
I think that was what the trailer was going for. We're family, kind of. Oh my God! Please do not go Fast and Furious, Vin Diesel. We're family.
No,
I do not want to hear that fucking tagline ever again.
Family.
Our family. Family means everything.
That's what family is.
Family.
You can use that. And that's like what some crazy fuckers do with the Bible, right? Like I killed 17 people because my family.
Listen to me.
My family needs me to, mate.
There's only one fucking family in America that's worth talking about, and it's Full House. Otherwise, go fuck yourself.
So there's some of the reviews for Guardians of the Galaxy. The first ones were a lot more towards the like, it's not as good as the original. It's still like, it's kind of a disappointment. Fresh score. That's what it seemed like. They were like, I'll give this movie a fresh score, but it's a disappointment. And those people, what I say to them is, you feel that way, and that's how you feel.
I can get it.
But honestly, I'm going into this, and I'm not expecting it to be the original.
I'm not either. So, what I watched.
What did you watch this week? And while you do this, because I know the first thing that you're going to talk about, and I haven't seen it.
What?
And I really have to pee.
I have to pee too.
I have to go first. So,
God damn it.
Why don't you talk about that Netflix show that you watched?
Okay, I will.
And I'm going to go pee.
Okay, so I'm going to pee in the toilet. Get off of the mic. Okay, so the first Netflix thing I watched, and actually I watched a few Netflix shows, but this was one that I watched, 13 Reasons Why. I'd heard this from a friend of mine, and they were talking about how good it was. I was like, that's some bullshit. I don't care about that teenage high school drama. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm in my 30s. I'm a man. And then I watched it, and I cried like a girl. But I didn't. I just said that out loud, but I really didn't. But it was really good, actually, guys, because the 13 Reasons Why does explore bullying in high school really well. And the synopsis of the story is that this girl moves into this new town, and she makes friends with these people, and eventually they backstab her and turn on her, as you do in high school, you fucking whores and assholes. But her friends, except maybe one or two, turn on her, and they push her to a point where she is suicidal, and she makes these tapes. And I'm not giving anything away by saying that, because, like, if you read the synopsis of what it is on Netflix or anything else, you'll know it's about suicide. So it's pretty heavy material. But she turns to suicide, and she makes these tapes as a way of explaining why she did it. And there's 13 reasons why she killed herself. So there is no happy ending, and it's very like edgy for Netflix to do this. And I mean, I think about episode 9 or 10. They actually wind up putting a discretionary advisor on it, letting people know that this is some heavy graphic material, much like they should have done with Unsolved Mysteries, because that shit was heavy. And they exposed us young 12 and 11-year-olds to this scary music and deep shit. But they do that at about episode 9. And there are episodes in this, I think by episode 11, it gets really, really deep. And it's kind of uncomfortable to watch. I mean, there's a rape scene, and, you know, there's a couple other things that go on, and it does make you squeamish. But what they were going for, and the message they were trying to deliver, and by the way, the kid from Goosebumps is in this. I didn't think he was going to do anything more. I thought he was Logan Lerman when I first saw him. But the message they're trying to send to people is really good. And I think that they even said, a lot of people have said that the parents should watch this. Parents of young children, especially young adolescents, should watch this, because it showcases a lot more than what your kids would tell you about what's going on in school and what's happening with them. And yeah, man. I mean, it was fucking deep. It was some deep shit. I read Socrates after this, maybe some Aristotle. I didn't. I lied about that. But
Socrates on the toilet.
I read some Socrates on the toilet, and then I wrote a poem. But no, it really was. It was one of those shows that it's extremely. It's really sad, and there's a really good message in it. But at the same time, you really get pissed off at the main fucking character in this because they make him out to be the nerdy guy that doesn't understand that this girl, this really attractive girl, likes him and wants him to ask her out. But he's like, I'm just socially awkward. And at first you're like, I get it. But at some point you're like, you must be fucking blind as shit and just a dumbass as general to not realize the signs. I mean, you could be the worst guy ever to pick up a girl. But when they just... This girl could have popped her boobies out and be like, I want you to suck on me. He'd be like, I don't think I should. I mean, he's just so annoying as fuck. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you get really mad at his magooish behavior.
Did someone pop their boobies out?
No. But it's a good show. And if you guys haven't seen it, I mean, I binged it. I watched the first 2 episodes and then I binge watched the whole fucking thing. So I think that if you watch the first episode, you'll be hooked on it. So give it a shot and feel good about yourself.
So you liked it?
I loved it.
You enjoyed it?
I loved it. Even though, and also, by the way, they tease the season 2, and it's even fucking darker.
Why would there be a season 2?
Because
I don't even see
when you watch what that motherfucking Eddie Brock in the school newspaper does, you're like, there's gonna be season 2.
Yeah, I heard there was gonna be season 2, but it just doesn't make any sense. Why?
Yeah.
Is that so? Now it's 26 reasons why.
No, it's gonna be one reason why. I mean, if you see what he's gone through and the reason why he's doing it, you're like, that's one reason.
I watched something this week.
Okay. Well, you explain that to these people why I go take a pee-pee.
I have a pee-pee too. Listen to my hooves.
I went to pee-pee.
Cloppity clop, cloppity clop. No, I watched Return of the Living Dead Part 3, which I've never seen before. And whenever I always used to look up like zombie movies and shit like that, I would always see this cover of this chick with like Freddy fingers turned and looking like hot, but also gross. And she was always, just in this weird stance. She looked like Black Widow, only as a zombie with Freddy fingers. But I would always see, like, at the top of people's zombie list would be this movie. So I'm cruising through fucking Amazon this weekend, and I was like, I'm finally going to do it. I'm going to take that step, even though I don't even know what this is a sequel to. I've never seen the first 2 Return of the Living Dead or whatever. I'm just going to watch it. So fucking fantastic B movie, first off. Like, this is one of the best B movies I've ever seen in my life. There's one character in this, and the whole story is basically in the last movie, the zombie apocalypse happened, and the army fucked up some shit. And in this one, you got this asshole kid with fucking blossom hair, and him and his hot redheaded girlfriend are like, let's party. And his dad works at this crazy military bunker, and is doing crazy tests on zombies and shit like that, picking up from the last movie. Well, he's a little douchebag and is mad at his daddy, so he steals his military card, and him and his girlfriend sneak into this military plant, and they see them doing tests on these zombies. One thing happens, leads to another, and she ends up becoming a zombie. And a weird zombie thing that they do here is she's so fucking hungry, but the only thing that makes the hunger go away is hurting herself. So she ends up mutilating her body into all these crazy things. She takes these no-limit chains and basically fucking sticks them in her skin and does all sorts of arts and crafts with her body. And they run into this dude who's like a sewer rat homeless guy, this black guy, and I can't remember what his name was, but he was the best fucking part of the whole movie.
He was the sewer rat from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I know you thought. I'm sorry. I just got back. All I heard was like a black guy in a sewer.
He was the best, dude. He was the fucking best. He was probably my favorite role in any movie of all time fucking ever. He's like, I seen the whole thing.
So you're talking about Return of the Living Dead Part 3.
Yeah.
That's a gnarly ass movie.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's fucking awesome. Like but the special effects, man, were there. Like the practical effects were fucking gnarly.
The idea behind it, the movie might have sucked overall, but the idea that she was turning into a zombie and stabbing herself with spikes to keep her hunger at bay was pretty cool. And she was kind of hot too.
You smoked, man.
I know I did.
It smells good on you.
You like it, don't you?
I want some.
But I didn't smoke much. I smoked that pole that was outside. But yeah, Return of the Living Dead Part 3 was definitely it was an interesting take on it because you had Return of the Living Dead and then
and then you had part 2.
Well, part 2 was more.
And then you had part 3.
But part 2, yeah, it goes in succession.
I never saw the first 2.
It's weird how numbers go.
I never saw the first 2. Like I just watched the third one.
Well, the Return of the Living Dead was its own thing. And then part 2 was funny as fuck, and then you go to part 3. And it was more. It went back to more of the serious thing. And I can't. It kind of had a little love story in there because he's like, I can't let my girlfriend.
Fuck that love story, dude. He was such a douche.
Yeah, but
she's literally eating people, and they've known each other for 6 fucking months. And he's like, I can't leave her. I can't.
I know how that goes.
Like, you fucking douchehole.
I know how that goes.
Get on a fucking motorcycle and ride into the fucking sunset. Like, seriously, go away. This is so stupid. But I imagine, like, they act like fucking sophomores in high school, you know?
Yeah.
Like, dude, you've known her for 6 months. Like, you only went out with him for 2 weeks.
And she's eating brains, bro.
Yeah, it makes no fucking sense. But this movie has some of the fucking coolest, most badass, out there, fucking creative as shit special effects I've ever seen in my whole life.
I would say that it's
weird.
Funny. I remember Return of the Living Dead Part 3 because when video stores still existed, the greatness that was.
Yeah, man.
It was always up there. When I would go rent a movie, it was that cover art where it was the girl and she'd be like looking at the camera
what I was talking about,
with the spikes and stuff. That was so cool, and it was like you could not like rent that movie. It's like, is there going to be some good like sexual porn in this?
Almost was.
Yeah, but it almost
she
was.
Put some shit in her titties. It was weird.
Yeah, I know. At the end of the day, maybe that'll be something that we review for the next Halloween because there's all sorts of Living Dead shit that we could do. But
dude, the Mexican gang members were great too, man.
I gotta rewatch it because it's been a while.
They go into a store, she's like, I'm hungry. I want some fucking snow cones or something. I don't know what I want. So he takes her to this gas station, and the military's looking for him. And they go in there, and there's these Mexican gang members playing an arcade game. And the girl's like, come on, I want to go. And he's like, hey, SA. Like, they're the most cardboard cutout, Mexican gang members ever. But he's like, hey, SA. He's like, if we left when you wanted to leave, he never would have got to level 7.
Level 7?
Yeah.
What's on level 7?
It was fucking, they were fantastic. Like, that. This movie, the supporting actors, B-movie wise, shine so much greater than the rest of the movie. If you'd have followed the 2 main characters in this, they're both fucking idiot douchebags, and I hated both of them. They're so stupid. But the supporting characters in this made it B-movie great.
That's why, and Return of the Living Dead Part 3 is definitely a B-movie. I think most of those movies are B-movies, but there are some times that they surprise you, like, hey, there's some good shit in this.
I loved it, Vato.
And I thought it was cool. I thought they were...
Stony is the bestiest Vato that ever lived.
A leaning tower of cheese.
The cheese is old and moldy.
The thing about those kind of movies, again, I mean, most people that aren't horror fans are going to like it. Right. But it's so good that you can't... It's so bad, it's so good, I guess. So let's move on to something else. Okay. So let's talk about... we have one more thing to talk about.
One more.
We're going to talk about YouTube issues in general life.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, because it's not going to take that long. We'll talk about some YouTube bullshit that's been going on lately. And while we're actually doing this podcast, we've sold our soul to the devil. We always like doing podcasts. Don't get us wrong. We always want to do podcasts. I mean, podcasts is something that we have a lot more freedom to do as far as like what we can say and how long we can talk and stuff. And Mike and I could talk for fucking centuries because we have no lives. But YouTube has generally fist-fucked the shit out of creators over and over and over again. I mean, literally the people that have built YouTube are being gang raped in the shower, and there is no Andy Dufresne to help us.
Andy Dufresne died that day.
Yeah, we died multiple times. So the issue is that all these sponsors have been pulling out because they're saying that they don't want to be attached to controversial videos. And they don't want to be attached to anything that they would deem as something that people will be offended by. And yet, Pepsi, you fucknuts, pulled out, and they went and made a commercial with, one of the Kardashians or some bullshit. And that was like, they got so much backlash, they had to pull the commercial down. I mean, you left YouTube because you didn't want a controversial video, and you made your own, commercial, and it was terrible.
They bought into that SJW shit hard.
The thing about SJW, that bullshit, that whole offensive, I'm offended, you're offended, we're all offended. Get the fuck off of it, man. Because anyone that watches YouTube, for the most part, you're talking about a small percentage of people that are offended by every fucking thing. You fart the wrong way, they're offended by the smell. You go outside, you spit or something to get the dirty taste of that shitty beer you had last night out of your mouth. they're offended that you did that. It doesn't matter. Those small percentages are somehow influencing all these big advertisers, and they're like, well, we can't lose advertisements. Nobody would. Honestly, you guys, I don't know who the fuck is running your companies, but they have to be fucking fired because you have got no touch with reality and society as a whole right now. We've gone through a pendulum, guys, because what I look at it like this. There was a huge pendulum swing a long time ago about people being offended about everything, and everybody was on board about that. But now the pendulum is slowly starting to swing back. It's like comedians, certain movies, certain jokes you make, they're acceptable because people are just tired of being like everything is censored. Everything is like you're gagged. There's a gag order. You can't say this. You can't do this. You can't. I mean, obviously there are things that you don't want to be insensitive about, but at the same time, if you're making a joke about something, I don't know, whatever, stupid, you know, if it's a race relation or whatever, it shouldn't be like immediately everybody jumps on a bandwagon. It's like you're a fucking racist or a bigot or something. You know what I mean? Like I just think that what YouTube is going through, is it a growing pain or is it the end? Like that's what I'm worrying about. Like that's what I'm worrying about and wondering about. Is this just a growing pains of YouTube, or are we looking at the apocalypse of YouTube?
I don't know, man. I think that they've been through these things before, and like I'm sure people who don't actually create on YouTube are sick of it. Because it does seem like every couple months there's like a new fucking YouTube is over. Like YouTube does it. Oh my God, YouTube did it. Like people typically freak out about stuff, but this is a real thing because if you want to rest,
don't fall down.
If you can't, like, this is a real thing because I saw someone say like the average YouTuber's advertisement money has gone down 89%. And it's not just the fact that people are pulling out of YouTube. It's the fact that the advertisers have leverage on YouTube now. So they're saying...
First off, you don't pull out, you finish.
They're saying, look, you guys are going through a rough time. You guys are under a lot of fire. I'm going to use that as negotiating power, right? And I'm only going to pay you this much for your advertisements now. So even though some fucking how you and I haven't been hit with it. We've only had 3 videos be unmonetized because of vulgar or whatever, and those were videos that for whatever reason, like Channing Tatum's Side Effects movie, I put it in the tags.
Lesbian.
Yeah, I put it in the tags, lesbian scene, because we talked about it. Because I wasn't. That was good though. And I wasn't like I wasn't trying to get like hot clicks or whatever like it's called
from Pornhub.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to do that, but we talked about the lesbian scene for like half that fucking review, right? So I put that in there, and like a couple little reviews that were shitty anyway. They were before we really had our shit going on. We knew what we were doing. That had been canceled. We haven't felt that heat of it. But I will say that as far as the advertiser money goes, we've had our shit cut, not in half, but 70%.
We're not at this point. We're not even making money anymore. I mean,
not that we ever were making a lot of money before.
Honestly, guys, we did this stuff. Mike and I both have jobs. We have jobs outside of YouTube, and we do our jobs. We make money and whatever. I mean, but it's not a viable option right now for us to be able to be like, hey, we're going to put all our eggs in one basket with YouTube and be able to make a living and quit our jobs and be able to do this full time. I mean, we wish we could, but the fact of the matter is that YouTube is so against that right now. Like, there's no point in doing that. That's why we're doing this podcast. That's why we're like looking at other avenues. And I feel sorry for the people, the other YouTube creators that have been around for a while that have maybe, they've lived large at this point. They've bought houses, they bought cars, they bought all the other things. Their whole livability or their whole livelihood depends on YouTube, and YouTube is pulling the carpet out from under them. Because I mean, what would you guys do? Like literally, I mean, YouTube was YouTube was the last safe haven from the general bullshit that goes on TV. That you could go and like watch real stuff, like watch real people interact and talk about certain things that you were interested in, and now that's being taken away from us because all they're interested in doing right now is like making it where it's going to be Conan O'Brien or Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, which I like those guys, but like you guys have your place on TV. Like this is supposed to be the creators, the user thing. I mean,
and here's where it affects you guys. Like if you don't create on YouTube and you just watch it for fun and you don't want to hear people bitch about their problems, figure it out. I get where you're coming from, but here's where it does affect you. What affects you is that you aren't going to get from here on out. If someone wants to get on YouTube and they want to, and let me say this first off, it's not about making money. The reason that money comes up as an issue is that if I didn't need money to survive, this is what I would do. I would talk about movies, I would hang out with my friends, and I would make fun content
every day.
The live long day. I would do that, but I do need money to survive. You need money to survive, and it would be really fucking nice if a trailer came out and I wasn't fucking at work for the next 12 hours, you know, and we could do that and get that out to you guys faster. There's nothing worse than sitting at work and in the fucking doldrum of the fluorescent lights, and you guys know what I'm talking about. 95.9% of us are all working at some shit job that we hate. And something comes out and it's really fucking cool, and all these people who live off of YouTube and they make a good living off of it are watching it, and they're like, oh, the new Dark trailer came out today. What I would love to do is to make enough to where I could do this full time and like make really good content and have this be, you know, my living or whatever. But nobody cares about that. But what's gonna hurt you guys is that you're not gonna get real content anymore. You're gonna get nothing.
You're gonna get like sugar-coated bullshit.
You're gonna get sugar-coated, censored shit, and like it's not. Because
well, here's the thing.
If I was starting a YouTube channel today, and we're green,
I would know.
We would be like, let's not curse and drink, and let's not be ourselves. Let's not.
We even tried that shit a few years ago, but we were fake. I mean, that was fake as fuck. I mean,
I wouldn't say it was fake. It was
it wasn't fake, but it wasn't what we were. I mean,
yeah.
And the fact is, now you're right. Like people are starting it now. You know, and that's how YouTube survives. Like new content being uploaded and stuff. Why the fuck would you go onto YouTube now and try to create? If you were Steven Spielberg or like Jack Nicholson, genius, to make a movie, you know, Stanley Kubrick, genius. Why would you upload that on YouTube? Because they're just going to censor everything you do. Yeah. I mean, even if it's not like, it could be controversial. It could be something that's a little bit out there and off the ordinary path that what everybody's expecting. But isn't it what like you're supposed to do if you're trying to create artistic, you know, value?
And that's for the people. To make this good, to make this interesting, to make it viable, it takes a lot of fucking time. And like when you're doing this and you're putting all your time into it, it's great. I love to do it. I'm not saying I need fucking money to do this. Like I love to do this. But the fact of the matter is, if you're a grown adult, you've got shit going on. You have shit you have to pay for. You have bills. You have kids. You have whatever it is that you have going on. You have to have a reason to do it. If there was no chance of me ever making another dime doing this again, I'd still do it. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I would have to do it at a much lesser clip.
Yeah.
And if I did it just for fun, there'd be one piece of content a week or whatever, because I can't justify to my wife and to my family that, no, sorry, I can't, you know, do this or that or get a second job or whatever to pay bills because I want to do this for fun. The way I see YouTube and the way I see talking about movies, it's great, it's beautiful, it's what I want to do with my life. It's what I want to do with my life. But at the same time, it's also like holding a lottery ticket. One day, if I keep pushing and hustling and fighting and scratching and clawing, one day, maybe this lottery ticket will turn into I can do what I absolutely love for a living and still work my ass off to make it work, but one day I can do what I love for a living. That's the fucking point. It's not to make money. I don't want a fucking Ferrari. I just don't want to have to go and work to make somebody else money all day. I want to sit here and do this and bring pleasure sexually and otherwise to people who like to listen to it. That's what I want to do.
I understand. I mean, who doesn't want to bring the sexual pleasure to people that we've never met before?
And YouTube's making it impossible.
And I think they are making it impossible. And like you said, I don't have a wife, and I don't have even a girlfriend now.
Well, I wasn't talking about
I know, I have kids or whatever, but I do like doing this, and I love doing this. This is like it's a hardcore passion for Mike and I. You know, I don't know how to explain it better than that, because it's one of those things that, you know, I guess bands go through because they like, you know, they want to, you know, do their art. They want to, like, it's like, I'm not saying we're artists or whatever, but we like to do this. It's just something that we like to do. This is our way of, this is our outlet. And it's hard to justify that to other people when you're not getting any kind of compensation. But again, it's not about compensation, because Mike and I went a long time without getting paid a dime. We never made enough money to even worry about it. So, but it just sucks that YouTube has got this big brother mentality going on, that they're cracking down on everything that is said or done on YouTube. If you say fuck or cunt or whatever, cock, wiener, bitch,
dick,
whatever you say, they're going to be like, you know, dick buckets.
Butthole.
They're going to be like, oh, dick buckets. That shouldn't be in the fucking list.
Buckets full of dicks.
You know, it's like, who are you? Like, I thought that this was a free speech. Mike and I have never said the N-word. We've never said anything against homosexuals. And I mean, yeah, it's not even crossing our mind, but they're like, oh, it's hate speech. What we're saying, just cursing, it's considered hate speech.
That's the thing. You already have. If you turn on your TV, if you look at anywhere you look, you have all the clean options, the straight fucking made-for-TV options
I'm going to say clean on the quotations.
Yeah, you have all that available to you. YouTube is supposed to be a place where you could get anything. It could be where someone could upload from their living room and they have a different take. Now we're all under this guise of it's got to be TV. We already fucking have cable.
Well,
we don't need that on the computer now too. Right?
This is where they're going though, because they're saying that people that are under the age of 18 are clicking our videos like ours because we say shit, fuck, cunt.
It's because YouTube can't tell. The advertisers can't tell the difference between a fucking ISIS beheading or me talking about banging your mom. They have no fucking clue.
You didn't bang my mom.
I'd
rather watch the ISIS beheading.
It's all a fucking high-speed train into one direction or the next. They have no fucking discerning value. But they can never, ever discern. There is no... It's like in Donnie Darko, the fucking fear scale. It's like life isn't that black and fucking white. Like, you've got to look at these as case-by-case basis, but they don't fucking do that, and that will be the failure of them. But there's no competition currently. So
we're limiting and gag ordering everybody else that makes this fucking channel what it is. Because honestly, guys, and you guys know what I'm talking about. What Mike mentioned, you can go on TV. You can go and see all the talking heads. You can see the bullshit that they're passed out with, like their scripts, and they like you got to say this. And there's teleprompters. YouTube is the last refuge for you to go to, and like it's just people giving their opinion and giving a real honest answer to issues that are going on, whether it be movies, whether it be real life issues, whether it be whatever. They're the last refuge, and they're trying to take it away because they know how much money it can make.
Yeah.
And is that the fault of people like PewDiePie or Markiplier that kind of, churn the system to get the money out of it? No, it's not their fault at all. I mean, I know some people, I heard some people that blame them. They said if it hadn't been for PewDiePie, with that whole Disney fiasco, with what he did, that started this train track rolling. I don't think it's PewDiePie.
It's a business overreaction.
If it hadn't been PewDiePie, it could have been somebody else. Daddy 05, that whole fucking channel thing that's going on. It could have been them that linchpin the whole fucking thing.
It's YouTube overreacting because that's what they've done from the start.
I mean, are they actually going through the whole fucking videos and watching every single video, or are there bots doing it?
They're buying. They're paying third-party companies to go in and make judgments.
Oh, so the third-party companies that have a different political view or whatever, they can watch whatever.
No, they're basically saying if this wouldn't fit on ABC Family Night primetime, then knock that shit out.
Go watch fucking Full House and suck your dick. Ouch.
Yeah, and they did it. They did it to themselves, basically. They fucking. Yeah. Oh.
Technical differences.
They did it themselves. I mean, that's the bottom line.
I feel like we're in an underground bunker.
There's them cutting off people's videos and saying that they're trying to save it for advertiser-friendly shit, but it's not just those people being hit. Everyone's being hit because now advertisers are paying less, and but we knew this day would come because ad blockers are a real thing. Google has ad blockers, and once ad blockers become such an easy thing for everybody to get, nobody was going to get paid off of advertisements anyway. So the only way now to make money on YouTube, to pay for the time you spend doing it, is to do other things, to do Patreons or influencers, or to get companies to pay you to sponsor their shit. But guess what, guys? People like us are fucked because no company is going to come to us and be like, we're going to pay you guys to be the face of our fucking brand.
And if they did...
Because Jay talks about tampons all the fucking time.
I didn't talk about tampons all the time.
And disgusting shit. And we're going to be who we are. And that's the point of us talking about.
You talking about me being like disgusting, or you talking about cock gobbling all the time? I guess.
But my whole point is this, though. Like, my whole point is this: like, we're gonna stay who we are, and if that means that we have to jump away from YouTube, then we'll do it. We're not doing that right now, but we are gonna have to put our eggs in other baskets. So that's why what you're listening to right now exists. We're gonna try to do the podcast thing as well, plus the YouTube thing, and. Question I want to ask you guys is Twitch. Twitch is an avenue that we're looking at. And I want to know, does anybody out there have a really good grasp of Twitch? Is there someone that could maybe help us with a couple questions we may have, get us into that world? Because I've downloaded it, and I'm like a grandma looking at Facebook. I have no fucking idea what's going on and how it would best suit us. So if there's someone out there that wants to help us out with that, we would totally appreciate it.
Some of you guys have been around since the beginning, since like 2012. And we've been hanging around since then. Is this like okay for you? you guys think that this could work.
Yeah, and where do you listen to your podcast at? Like, when you guys listen to podcasts, what avenue do you go? Because we don't even know anything about this. We tried to put our last one up on iTunes, and like, we couldn't figure it out. So, like, where do you guys go to listen to your podcast? Where would you like to see WWAM? Is there a website you think we would fit best with? Like, what do you guys think? And as far as Twitch and stuff goes, do you guys have an idea for that? Where do you want your WWAM up in you?
I mean, where do you want it? When do you want it? And how do you want it?
In the mouth.
And by the way, okay, so we've just talked about some deep shit. That was some deep shit. So let's talk about some general life stuff.
Okay.
Really quick.
I gotta pick up my.
Okay, so let's talk about something happy.
My baloney.
So I got a new TV. This is recent.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and because
it's always a good day.
It was always a good day. I had a 20-inch piece of shit TV. I mean, that's all I could afford at the time, guys. Okay, so that's all I had. I had a 20-inch TV.
Mine's 50. It's no big deal.
Are you talking about centimeters or? But yeah, I had a 20-inch and
yeah, the first time you've ever said that, eh?
In my mouth.
Ring a ding ding.
And I actually just went and got a 32-inch, but I didn't know that these fuckers talk to you like it was a smart TV.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it talked to you, so when I plugged it in, and it said, "Hello, welcome to whatever," I'm like, "Oh my!" I was like, "Yes, Satan." Like, it was scaring me, dude, because I had just plugged it in, and I was trying to set up the menu, and it started talking. This shit is crazy, Craig. I didn't know that they all talk to you, like, even like the smaller TVs.
I've never had a TV talk to me.
It was a smart TV.
It's weird, man.
I wasn't drunk.
No.
I've been smoking.
Not at all.
A lot of weed.
I went to B-Dubs yesterday.
Good for you.
It's always a fun time when you go to B-Dubs.
I went to work yesterday.
Yeah, I went to work too, and then I went to B-Dubs. And they got these new wings. They're
called
called
me, bitch.
The Mandarin Kick. Well, I mean, I took the kids. My kid got good grades. And I was like, I did the thing. I was like, oh, I'm going to take you out for ice cream. Where do you want to go? And she's like, oh, you want to go to B-Dubs? Yeah, you want to go to B-Dubs.
You fucking piece of shit. You influenced
No,
it.
she likes B-Dubs because they have excellent dessert menu options.
Do they really?
Dude, they got this new thing at B-Dubs where
I just know they're big menu.
They put all the calories on the menu now.
Dude, we're not getting into this. We're not.
What?
Calorie.
Let me finish.
Are you a girl?
Fuck I'm saying.
Are you a girl?
Oh, it's girly to watch your calories.
Finnegan.
It's so girly.
Finnegan.
Listen to me. All right.
Oh my god.
Fucking metabolism superstar. Some of us have to watch our fucking calories.
Yes, like I said.
No, listen. No, what I was gonna fucking goddamn say was that you should see the calories.
Yeah.
Like they're fucking tater tots. They're smothered tater tots. I've never had them before, but I looked at them. I was like, I mean, that's something I could eat 6 fucking different, sizes of. It's like 2,300 fucking calories. It's fucking crazy what's in this shit, man. You don't want it. But anyways, no, they have a new fucking wing is what I wanted to talk about.
What's the new wing?
It's the scorpion rum.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, motherfucker.
What's going on?
It's a scorpion rum, and it's hotter than their blazing wings. We got to do it for a video.
Is there a challenge?
Yeah, it's hotter than their blazing wings, and it comes literally with a scoop of ice cream because it's so hot that these red
what's
fucking
the challenge
wings,
though? What's the
I mean,
challenge?
there's not actually. I lied to you. There's not a challenge.
You fucking liar.
Dude, the fucking blazing wing challenge is bullshit. Like
whatever, you couldn't finish it.
What are you talking? I finished it every time.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You didn't get a picture on the wall.
No, I got do my picture on the wall like 3 times.
No, you didn't.
No, I got the picture on the wall. What I didn't get was the T-shirt. Because to get the T-shirt and to get the wings for free, you have to beat the record.
What's the record?
30 fucking seconds.
There's no fucking way.
That's what I said.
Did he get boneless?
That was someone's fucking boyfriend.
He got boneless.
And yeah, now I don't think you can do it boneless. Boneless, fuck that shit. I can do that in 15 seconds.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But no,
way.
it's not about finishing.
It doesn't matter if you win an inch or a mile.
I've never had a problem finishing, but it's about the length. But I don't know. With the blazing wings, the whole fucking challenge is horseshit because you actually have to beat the all-time record to get the T-shirt and the wings for free. Otherwise, you just get your picture on the wall, look like a jackass.
So
with
you
fucking
did it.
hot sauce on your mouth.
No. So I don't understand this. You can do the blazing wings challenge.
Yeah.
But you have to do it in 30 seconds to get a T-shirt.
At ours, it's whatever the record is for your B-Dubs location, and ours is a fucking
There's
bullshit
no fucking
31
way.
seconds.
There's no
yeah,
way.
that's what I said.
He'd be in like Guinness.
Yeah, and to actually complete the challenge, I think it's like 2.5 minutes or something like that, which is no problem. But
was it hot though? Was the new wing hot?
I didn't get it.
I thought you got
I
it.
saved it for a video. I want to go there.
We can't film in B-Dubs.
Yeah, sure we can.
No.
We know people there.
Well, we know
Erica.
Erica.
What up, Erica?
We know one server.
Shikulo. No, but yeah, no, I wanted to save it for the video. But it's called Scorpion Rum Wing. But I did try their other new wing, which was the Mandarin Kick Wing. And it's like
the Ben Kingsley pop out like, you got my wings.
You'll never see me coming.
That's probably what you do. Every time I bring that out to you, that's what they say. You'll never see me coming.
You just feel sticky wing on your neck. But no, it's like a pineapple citrus kick.
That sounds like shit.
And it's supposed to finish with spice, but it doesn't.
That sounds like Arby's.
Yeah, it tastes like they fucking laid it with tang. Like it's fucking.
So you had that was your meal?
Well, what I did was because I knew most of their new wings suck. I got a small because it was half price Tuesdays. Delicious.
It was special Tuesdays.
It was $6 for a small.
It was a special Tuesday. My wife let me take out the card and everything
for a small order. Half of them were. I got half of the Mandarin kick wings, and the other half of the wings I got. I did my favorite mango habanero. Burn your ass.
Yeah, I've been with you when you got mango habanero, dude. It smells like shit.
It's sticky.
It's smelly.
It's so sticky.
So smelly.
Yeah, but
so yeah, that was so you had a good time with your daughter.
It was a good time. I had that. I had a Fresh as Hell's beer, and then I had a Coors Light.
And you drove with your daughter.
I didn't drive, but I only had 2 beers.
Okay. Well, no. Okay, so
what'd you do?
I didn't do shit.
Nothing. That's what you did. Fucking nothing. A big fat fucking pancake stack of nothing.
Can you remove your dick from your mouth so I can talk?
No, actually, I went to bed at like 8:30.
Yeah, you fucking loser.
I didn't feel good.
Okay, so what happened to me over the weekend? This is gonna be fun. So I broke up with my girlfriend.
Disgusting.
Yeah, because she said a lot of bad things, and we weren't just not like bad baby, nothing like that. It wasn't like hot. It wasn't like I got uncomfortable in the sex. It was just we weren't a match. And then I went to Applebee's with a friend, and they had karaoke, which I felt ashamed of myself afterwards.
You did Applebee's at karaoke.
Yeah, I know. It was a neighborhood grill. It was a neighborhood hangout. I did that, and I went home. And I got a new TV, 32 inches. I mentioned about that, and it wasn't a big deal. It talks. And then I bought a video game.
You sang at Applebee's karaoke. You didn't mention that. You loser.
They sucked though.
Yeah.
I did Bust a Move, and it was like, this here is a jam for all the fellas.
Come get some mozzarella.
Yeah,
it was bad. Hour.
It was slowed down like that. I felt like I was Zach Morris, like timeout. And then I went and I bought a video game though.
What'd you buy?
Mass Effects.
Isn't that old as shit?
Mass Effect Andromeda. The new one.
Oh, that's kind of new?
Yeah.
Right.
Why don't you get with the fucking times, you piece of shit?
Space nerd, like fucking RPG fucking...
Hey, you're insulting a bunch of people from BioWare.
I know, I never played it.
Yeah. How's it feel to fucking suck so much dick right now?
Tell me how does it feel to
suck
of that dick?
Honestly, though, I like it. It's just... I do have a hard time getting into video games anymore. Like, where I'm 33 years old, like... I play a video game, and then I'm like, yeah, I had something better to do. It sucks because I don't mean it to be like that, because I want to play, like, I didn't even finish Arkham Knight. Yeah. Like, I loved Arkham Asylum, and I loved Arkham Knight, or whatever the newest Arkham video game is. I never got to play and finish that because I would just get distracted and not want to finish it, because there's so much shit you got to do, and I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, I just... I want to play the game.
That's not knocking anybody that likes video games, because the way I've always been, I've been this way for years. I haven't played like a story-driven video game in fucking years, man. It's just because I can't get myself in that mindset. Like I'm fucking Batman. I can never get there. That was fun, but I still do every single year. Like I say that, but I don't make fun of anybody. I wish I could get there again, but I do every single year. I fucking buy Madden. And sometimes I'll buy 2K.
That's the most loser shit. I know everybody does it.
Eat a dick.
But how do you do that? Like how's it different?
It's fucking different
because they add one extra option.
No, dude, it's fun to see what they've got, how they've gotten better. You buy the game.
Well, Madden should come out every 2 years.
No, fuck you, man, because you got to get the new rosters. They
could do that over the internet.
You could do that over the internet, but it's fun because you can pick it apart. Because you can pick it apart.
You're trying to find a way.
No, dude, it's like when a sequel comes out. Like you pick it apart. Like I want to see how does the crowd look better? What's the new franchise mode? How's that work out? What's the new draft? What's it look like when you win the Super Bowl this year?
They tweaked one thing.
Sometimes they don't tweak enough, and it's bullshit. But sometimes they'll change one or two things, and it's like eventually it's going to be VR.
Hey, guess what?
In the quarterback's fucking helmet.
Guess what?
What?
Tom Brady still won, and a fucking
eat a dick. Eat it up. Eat a dick.
Is Aaron Rodgers as good as Brett Favre?
No one is.
You're fucking lying.
Brett Favre
piece
is the
of
greatest
shit
quarterback
right
that's ever walked the face of this earth.
You're fucking
entertainment-wise.
I love cocaine.
It's great, but no. I every year the only game I really get into is Madden, and I love it. And I like to make my I like to pick a team that's never won the Super Bowl. Right?
But you never stick with it. You get unrealistic with your bullshit.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you do.
All right, listen.
Be honest.
Listen. Here's the thing. What I like to do, and I can't make fun of
anybody. I got Andre Rison.
The truth is, I can't make fun of anybody for playing Batman or Slingshot Dicks or whatever the fuck it is that you play.
That's a great game.
Because what I like to do is I like to pick.
I'm still enough.
I like to pick me an NFL franchise, and I pick me an NFL franchise, and that has never won a Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah.
And then I take them.
But you load them all with bullshit.
No, I fucking don't.
Yeah, you do.
Dude, it's hard to trade. You have to stay within the salary cap. You have to stay in the salary cap. And you have to stay in the salary cap. And the other teams, when you make trades and pick up free agents, they have to accept it. So you have to give them a good offer. Stay in the salary cap. So if the game lets me fucking put,
you fucking lying.
If the game lets me put, fucking whoever I want to on a team, if I'm that good of a fucking electronic GM,
God, that's some
I'm just that good of a general manager. That's all that means. You guys ride me because you think that I make my teams too good.
You fucking liar, dude.
LeBron.
They're not realistic.
Yeah, I made it happen.
They're not realistic. No, you're not a GM of legend.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
Put me.
You're bullshit.
I will fuck. I'll be a
so you take over when you take over Tampa Bay Buccaneers and you put like fucking I don't know Tom Brady starts as your starting.
I would never put Tom Brady in the Buccaneers. That doesn't make any fucking sense. That would
but
it has to be semi-realistic.
No, you're right. Joe Montana.
What? No, I literally started a franchise with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ooh.
But I'll tell you this, and I put Jay Cutler on that bitch. Ooh. How is that unrealistic?
Not that part. But there are other times that you put unrealistic fucking.
You're listening to fucking Kobe.
No, because he was there, dude. He was there. He saw it.
He saw what?
He saw.
You're not like you called me my dick at a goat.
No, he saw your lineup.
Just because it was fucking good.
You have fucking Steve Young and Joe Montana as your backups.
You can't even get Steve Young and Joe Montana. That shit doesn't make sense.
You thought about it, though.
No, it doesn't. I would.
Anyway, so that's our take on video games.
Other than that, I do get NBA 2K, though, and I get...
Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson.
But with NBA, I don't even fucking know half the players anymore, so I'll buy last year's version
I don't know either,
for like $8 and play it for a couple months till I get sick of it. I've been watching the playoffs, though. The NBA playoffs. You've been paying attention to that?
The playoffs?
Playoffs! I know that you love fucking LeBron. You sucked his dick once in Texas.
And he liked it.
You love LeBron, and I fucking
fuck
hate
you,
his
Kobe,
guts.
bitch.
Kobe's the greatest.
You know what? You suck Kobe's dick after he beat you.
Jordan's the greatest, and then
after Kobe
second.
smacks you, you suck his dick.
Kobe may not be second, but I'll tell you what, LeBron fucking ain't.
He is.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah.
LeBron couldn't hold Jordan's fucking dirt. He couldn't.
No, LeBron's already got his own jock strap to hold.
LeBron
he can't hold
couldn't grocery shop for Michael fucking Jordan.
LeBron's got his.
He did all the wrong shit.
LeBron's already got his own jock strap to hold Ben Michaels.
No, but they did sweep the fuck out of the Pacers. But I was rooting for John Wall against the Celtics.
We're big Kentucky fans, so John Wall's like our guy.
He's down 0-2 now, but he's been doing some nasty shit.
He needs to leave the Wizards.
Yeah. But he's their guy, though.
But, of course, if he left the Wizards, you'd be against John Wall because LeBron.
So you want to make a bet? You
talked
earlier about making a bet.
Yeah, let's make a bet. What are we going to bet?
So you think...
No.
Do you think the Cavs are going to repeat?
No. That's not the bet.
That's the bet, baby.
Cavs not going to repeat.
Okay, well, fuck. You just suck.
All right, so you're Cavs. No, you're Cavs.
Fuck you, no.
Bitch, you. Fuck you are.
I would never root for the Cavs.
You said the Cavs.
I rooted for the Cavs when LeBron was gone, but then his bitch ass came back.
No, I'm not going with Cavs
because they got Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. You got to pick the Cavs. That's your team.
That's not my team.
They won it last year.
I like one guy.
They got the same.
Much
team.
like your Kobe Love. Yeah, sucking a dick.
He's tired.
Much like your Brett Favre dick sucking. So Brett Favre went to Minnesota. You're a Minnesota fan.
You don't even.
Hey, Mike, can we remember
your own team?
Hey, can we remember this? I think the Tennessee Titans are going to be my team.
That's because, listen to me.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to me. There was a time where Brett Favre and the Packers had a fight, and then Favre retired, and I got really mad at the Packers because they were being bitches, and I said I was going to be a Titans fan. That lasted for like 2 months.
Doesn't matter.
And you keep bringing it up. You say you're a Giants fan, and you don't
I
even
never
know
loved the Giants.
You don't even know who's on their fucking team.
Phil Simms.
I watch every fucking Packers game.
Well,
now.
the fact is,
I went back to my glory hole, and I'm a hardcore Packers.
But you know what? If a real
I could say that.
If a Green Bay fan fucking heard what you just said, though, they're gonna be like, "You don't get to come back."
Not a fucking Brett Favre Green Bay fan.
No,
Brett
they
Favre
would.
for life, motherfucker.
You left them and go to the Titans
because they pissed me off.
You can't leave your team to go to.
They fucked over Brett Favre.
Okay, so
the greatest goddamn football player and human being ever.
Are you smoking crack now, or is it later?
I would with Brett Favre.
Oh my god!
If he was like, "Hit this," I'd fucking suck that right.
You might want to stop now. So, that was our podcast.
That was it. We're going to end this on suck Brett Favre's crack pipe.
Who wouldn't suck that regular fucking pipe crack?
You ever tried copper top? But yeah, that's it. Fucking, you like it or not?
So, I loved it. I thought it was fun.
That was fun. I liked it.
There's so much more that we can do. There's so many activities.
Taking it to the top.
Can we build bunk beds? Yup.
So let us know, where do you guys want to see this piece of shit? And that's a nice piece of shit.
The shitty Beatles.
So where would you guys like to see this? Where do you guys go to listen to podcasts? Is it on Spotify? Is it on iTunes? Is it on your mom's bed?
Ooh.
Said, when you fucked Grandpa, did he tell you that he loved you?
Can you film it?
Did he kiss your head? And was it on your mother's bed?
No, I was at a court station. So.
That's the kind of shit you can't say on YouTube, and that's what we're doing here. So we love your fucking faces!
That was really loud. That really hurt my ear.
Good.
That's
what she said. Good.
So we do love you.
We love you.
And we're glad that you've stuck this long. You guys are fucking dedicated to shit.
Yeah.
And to prove that you stuck this long, say this in the comments. Fuckity fuck.
Galackity toots.
They're not gonna know what that means.
No, you have to spell it out, and it has to be the correct spelling.
I was just gonna say, if you say that around this long, let us know if you say this long. Say fuckity fuck.
And then galackity toots.
And galackity toots.
We love your fucking faces. If you're new to the podcast, click the like it.
Where's the fucking channel name?
It's all inside.
Find a way to find us.
Bye!
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie. We watched a movie.